Hi, grade sixes. Welcome to the family picnic project for your final project in math. If you choose the family picnic project, this is what you are going to need to do. So you're going to plan a family picnic, and of course this is all just pretend, but if you can do it if you want to. The important part is that you need to gather data on what you think the majority of your family would like. And so this can be your family who lives within your house, or it can be include your family that doesn't live directly with you, but that you have contact with. So they're feeling generous and have given you an unlimited budget to plan the best picnic possible. So what are you going to plan? Where are you going to start? Slide 2 tells you part A is collecting and graphing the data. So it will take you about 5 days to do the following slides. Here are all the slides and the steps in order. Or here are all the steps, and you're going to follow the slides in order. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to brainstorm some ideas on what type of picnic food or what type of outdoor games would I like to offer my family as an option to choose from. Or might you think they will pick, so that you can sort of start planning ahead of time. So this is just you brainstorming. Then the next is that you need to collect data from your family. So what is the best method of collecting data so that you can collect information from a minimum of 6 and up to 10 family members? So because we need a minimum of 6, that means you may have to ask some family members that live outside of your house, or you may have to ask Mrs. B and or myself, just so that you have the data that you need. So you're going to choose one of the data collecting methods. So the first one is the questionnaire. That is where you are going to ask a question and usually give a set of answers that the people that take the questionnaire can choose from. The second is an interview. That is where you are going to contact each person individually and have either a chat interview or a video chat interview or a telephone interview, and you're going to record what they have to say. The last thing is observations. That is where you have to think back as to what your family has done in the past, what you think would be the type of food and games that you guys have done in the past. And you're going to have to make some choices and narrow down what types of food and games your family might like, or that you might want to plan for based on those observations. Okay, so you will be creating a question for both food and games, and at least 6 to 10 family members will answer them for you. Once you decide your data collection method, you click here, and this will make a copy of the document that you need to put down your data. So another document will open up. Hopefully it won't take too long. And here's your questionnaire page this is where you write your questions and you do your tracking. Here's your interview page if you choose to do interview. And the last page is your observation page, where you can record the observations that you have done before. So this is where you're going to create this document, and you are going to put all your information into this document. This is where you're going to capture your data. All right? So going back here to the next slide. Once you have all your data, you are going to need to come here to create your data results. And even though you may have all your data in the last document that you created and typed your data into, you do want to open this Google Sheets document, because this will allow you to turn your data into a graph. So again, you click on this link and it'll open it up, and any link you click on should be asking you if you want to make a copy. That way you know it's your own document and it's not shared with other students. So yes, you want to make a copy. And as per the instructions, it asks you to make sure your name is in the title of any document you create. So this is what the spreadsheet looks like. It is asking you to make a pie graph for the foods information, and for the, I don't know why it's not showing me both tabs, but the tab along the bottom is also, oh, it's behind here. There will be a tab down here that is for the games, and you will type in your information for the games into this table. And then we have done turning tables into graphs before, so you should know how to do that. So that's that document. So going back to, you're going to complete the tables and data, like I said, and create graphs. You're going to need those graphs for the next two slides. You're going to make a copy of that graph and you're going to paste it onto the food pie graph slide, and you're going to answer these questions. And there's also a slide that has to do with the games, and you're going to create a bar graph for your data about the games that people chose. And the graph goes here, and you're going to answer those questions. So after that, you have done both gathering of data and graphing of data. And we're going on to part B now, which is making a line graph using data that you have been given. So the next slide, if you look in the blue box, it gives you all the instructions. So you are going to read the instructions. You're going to create a line graph based on this data. And you can see that you can't see all the information, but we have a scenario that we're giving you that there's a certain amount of money that is needed for a grade 6 barbecue, and these are the number of students, and this is how much money has been spent each year. And you're going to plot that as a graph, as a line graph, because as you remember, line graphs have to be spread out over time. We have your title and your y-axis and your x-axis, that these are all boxes that you can drag over and move to where you want them to be. There are also plot dots that can be dragged over and put on the graph where you want it to be, so that you can create lines going from one orange dot to the next. So there's making a line graph. And then the last slide is where you need to look at that information and that line graph, and you need to answer these questions. And you can just type your answers in right there. And that is it for the family picnic project. You have at least 5 days to do it, so take your time, do a really thorough job, actually get data from family members or friends or your teachers if you need more responses for your data. And as always, let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.